I'm gonna try to keep it rated informational versus rated experience. Okay, so I'm going to start by one, this lighting is freaking amazing. Like, it's just making my skin glow. It look all clear. Like, oh my god. Okay, so anyway, so being that this is my first Women's Worth video, I am going to tell you the purpose of these videos. Women's Worth Wednesday. I created these because, well, I created this little segment on my channel. One, because naturally I feel like women in general, I'm not even gonna say African American women because that's the first that came to mind, but women in general are very competitive. They're always like in competition with one another. Even within my friendship circle, I tend to find some friends that are in competition with me. I don't understand why. We're supposed to be leveling each other up. So I wanted to start this little segment on my channel just to voice my opinion on certain issues, talk about women's worth, women's confidence, women's growth, women's independence, everything women related, and the upliftment and the empowerment of women. Because I don't know, I just feel like I just need to see more of that. So I feel like with me talking about it, sometimes if I feel like I'm backtracking a little bit, I can come on my YouTube and watch my own video of me talking about positive stuff regarding women. So that's pretty much what, like, I just gave you a whole compliment out here. But that's what I created this little segment on my channel for. Just, you know, to get a more positive vibes going on. Okay, so the topic that I'm going to be talking about today, and thank you guys for all the topics that I got. I'm literally set for probably the next month or so when it comes to topics to talk about as it pertains to women. But the one that I want to hit on today is definitely if you follow me on Facebook, you saw this post that I reposted, and basically it was an article talking about how a female ghosted her boyfriend of 5 years. And when you hear the term ghosted, it's just like up and left, no explanation, bada bing bada boom, like poof, I'm gone type. And so the title caught my attention, so I continued to read, and basically she was talking about how she was with this guy for 5 years. She walked in from work saying that he was cheating. He didn't hear her come in. She left. She blocked him on all social media. She contacted his close friends and family and told them they were no longer together, and she had a job starting in the next week in another city anyway, so she just up and left with no explanation, no dialogue, no anything. And then basically within the last paragraph, it said, I disappeared from his life after his betrayal, and I think it'll not only help me to focus on myself without his presence, but I think completely shutting myself off from him will hurt worse than anything when he thinks on how good he had it with me these 5 years. Girl, that was very relatable. That was very relatable. And y'all get so hyped when I talk about stuff like this because guys don't be knowing what they be having when they have them. They notice what they have when we leave. And I don't understand that. I don't at all. And it's just like, dude, you had all this in your space. But once I start tiptoeing out, you want to act up and try to make things work. Like, what's really going on? So, but yeah, as a woman, we know how much we're going to take. And if you're a guy watching this video, you can either take notes or apply this to yourself. Either or. But I feel like I'm only speaking from a woman's point of view because this is how I feel. I am a woman, so this is where this is coming from. When you've, you know, gotten a little older, you start realizing your worth and your value on yourself goes up. Me personally, I feel like the woman that I was in college versus the woman that I am now, I have different goals in life. Well, I'm not gonna say I have different, but I have more goals in life, and I want to be with someone that is equally align with me. I don't want to force anything. And I feel like when you're in relationships for a long period of time, especially when it started off in college, you get comfortable with this person. You realize the history you have with them. You realize all the things you've done together. You realize all the emotions and the feelings involved, so you want to stay because it's comfortable. And you start forgetting your worth as a woman. I don't fault men for how they act. I feel like men just naturally mature slower than females. And I know me, I've always been the commitment type. I've always wanted to get married early. I always wanted to have kids early. I always wanted to get a house early. I always wanted to have good credit by freaking 22 when I ain't have no credit. So it's just like, I've always had these really high goals for myself, and I always wanted a guy that had the same mindset. And not saying if you don't have that mindset you're a bad guy, but it's just like, dang, I have all these high goals and you're so comfortable doing this. And like that, I feel like that is the main problem in relationships. Girls have really high expectations for guys when we think they're high expectations, but they're really not. They're the expectations that they need to be. And what we do, we tend to lower our standards. And it's okay being single by yourself and enjoying life and fixing your credit and buying your own house and getting yourself out of debt. You don't need a man to be happy in life. Right now, a man in my life would just be a want. It's not really a necessity as of right now, because I still have a career and goals that I want to accomplish before I actually settle down again. Especially when you're just getting out a long relationship. You don't want to jump right back into something because you just got out of something. So right now my main focus is, you know, clearing my head and fixing my space and fixing my goals and fixing my credit and traveling with my friends and all that stuff. I say all that to say, when a woman knows she's done, she's done. Once I left, I was this, I was that, I was never in love, I was never this, I was never that, I didn't support him, I wasn't the ride or die, I wasn't da. And I'm just like, look, just because I don't want to continue being comfortable with you doesn't mean I didn't love you. Guys have to understand it's only but so much a female can take. I was comfortable in my relationship, so I didn't want to leave. I loved him and I was comfortable, so I was willing to settle. And Shotty was a good guy, but he wasn't a good guy for me. I was realizing my worth. He wasn't realizing it, you know? And by no way, shape, or form am I put myself on a pedestal or none of that. I just feel like he wasn't realizing my worth. And I felt like we both were comfortable because we were together for so long and we thought each other wasn't gonna leave and we were just gonna take whatever each other does and just stay there. Because even me, I had my little faults or whatever. You gotta realize your worth as a woman when it comes to relationships. Being comfortable is not gonna help you grow. It's not worth it, sis. You don't want to be in a relationship by yourself. And you just don't. You don't want to be in a relationship by yourself. You have to realize your worth as a woman. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And the main point is just know your worth as a woman. Don't settle. Don't settle at all, because you're not worth it, boo. You're not worth it. Especially if you know you bring the whole table. Don't be trying to set it too. You need to find somebody to help you set it, especially if you bring the whole table.